So welcome back to Brewers on Bourbon, and we're up in Riverton at one of the spots that, if you're a bourbon lover, you probably already know about this place if you're in Central Illinois, because Jeb Brown here is known for having one of the most filled liquor stores, bourbon stores, and he has all the best products at really great prices, in my opinion. And he's carrying our products, so that makes him a fan. I'm a fan of his. But we did a show up here, or a school up here a while back, Jeb, and I hope to do another one here in another few months. And you've got one going on here tonight, right?
Yep. Uh, about one a week anymore. It seems like we've been blessed enough to see master distillers and owners of independent companies and stuff like that coming out, and everybody knows that's where my bread's buttered. That's in the front and back is being an independent owner and giving people things that they may or may not have ever tried before. So tonight we got Old Louisville. Amin, the owner's here tonight, bringing in some nice stuff, just like you guys. Most the sold out crowd tonight's probably never tried many of them at all, and turn a bunch of new people onto his product as we have yours.
Great. Well, I wish we would have got tickets and could stick around, because I've been reading about his product. I'm gonna have to take a bottle home with me, I think, if there's any available. But yeah, that the quality of the shows that you have here, the schools, because you had Buzzards Roost in here, and I
Yeah,
know they're very popular, a hot new bourbon right now, right?
yeah.
So how long you been in the business?
Since 1990, so this is probably our 35th year
Wow,
of doing it.
35.
I was 12 when we started, uh, but it was my mom and dad, and I
Yeah.
mean, been a lot of hours,
Yeah. Wow.
many a late nights, many of events, many cool people, man. It's been
So how many, if you don't want to say, don't say, but how many bottles do you sell out of here typically? I mean, it's a lot
any
of bottles, right?
anymore. I keep calling myself like a bourbon outlet store because I have to be to get the bottles that uh, most everybody wants. With that being said, I gotta sell seriously close to 1,000 bottles a week of your normal everyday things. The only way to do that is beat everybody's prices. And I long ago got off working on a set percent and started working on what makes sense. As long as it's making profit at all, it's making sense. Sometimes it's not making any profit, but we find a way to get other things through selling those bottles that everybody wants, and it keeps people coming through the doors. And that's what's keeping us going right now.
That's great. Well, it's a really cool setup, and we'll do some video here. I'll show later to the crowd. But you've got a kind of a church setup back here in the back, right?
Bourbon Church,
Yeah.
yes, and a listening lounge. So we do independent music. Everything's independent. We do a lot of comics, sometimes motivational speaking, some kind of gospel events, if you will, and then nights like tonight, it's just Bourbon Church, 40 people having a good time, and on a Tuesday night in Riverton.
So, and I know you do a lot of. You've been, at least from what I follow you on Facebook, and you've been doing a ton of barrel picks.
Yes,
And
yes.
how many? I mean, how many have you done so far this year?
Uh, I, again, I set goals to try to outdo what I do every year, and we've been doing about one a week. So
Wow.
to turn and burn barrels. Now, some of these guys are letting you buy with calling it a barrel pick at less bottles than the full 200 to 220 range, and some of them, the 220 isn't enough, and you get them and they sell so fast. But yeah, like you were talking, getting some barrels and doing some collabs. That's what it's all about. Especially if the independent guys. If the big guys won't listen, that we're selling a barrel a week and don't want to sell us one, I'll go somewhere and buy one, or somebody come here and we'll all
Right.
pick one.
Right.
And that's the good thing about Bourbon Church, if you will. 30 or 40 people get their input on most every barrel that we do. So they take a little bit of ownership and a lot of pride and can't wait, for the barrel that they pick to come in and tell their friends that, you can be a part of a barrel pick and everybody, have an opinion on it without having to go to Kentucky or wherever, most of these barrels are at.
Very good. Very good. Anything else you want to say while we're talking?
Man, I appreciate you, and man, I think you're onto something here. All 6 batches are unique and different, and I'm proud to carry the product. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you're doing next. I know I'm a rye guy for say, and all these things are high rye, so of course I take a shine to it. And to some people it's different. You're talking about going and getting some wheat barrels, and
Right,
that's
right.
gonna open some other eyes. But what you're doing with them's working, and hell, I'm selling them. So
Very
it's
good. Well, that means a lot to me because I think you're the most experienced bourbon guy I know. So I appreciate knowing that we're not too far off track.
right. We're gonna just keep beating it, and the more times we do things, the more we're out in people's faces, and do a couple of events every year, and just grow it together. That's what it's all about, especially for us independent guys.
Yeah,
The corporate guys and the big businesses ain't always looking out for us, so we got to look out for each other, and
that's
that's
for
what we
sure.
do.
Yeah. Very good. Well, thanks for having us in. I know
Yeah,
you're on a busy night, so cheers.
hell yeah. Thanks so much, Phil.